Okay, the machine that you guys are building for us is going to be used for this part here. As you can see, it's a left and a right. It's for a customer, does something with a shock absorber on a vehicle. And we run a few thousand of these at one time, then we'll run the opposite hand. The way we have the fixture at this time is to where we put the part on the fixture in a location, pull up on that lever, a pin comes up, which actually centers the part, or centers the pin on the part. Then at that time, we hit the foot pedal comes down, welds the part, then we move the lever down, pin drops down, and the part comes off complete. We'll do a few thousand of these, and then we'll turn and do several thousand of the other direction. This is an idea here that we came up with, sort of on our own. This is where we're looking for maybe some expertise from you guys to come up with a better way, more economical way, easier way for the operator. But this is just something that we got here. These are water lines where water actually runs through the block to cool it. This here is our pneumatic line, which comes in, moves our pin up, locates the part, moves the pin down. I have this set up on the controller with two weld sequences chained together. So the operator comes in, puts this here, pulls up on the pin, locates the pin, turn the heat on. Part comes down, welds the part, comes up, moves this, then the part comes off. That is one of the problems that we're having is as the pin comes down, sometimes the pin binds up and you have to shake the part a little bit to get the pin to actually drop down to make it come off. I'm going to take the camera in a minute and sort of walk around and show you this side. Then I'll move the light over and sort of look at this side. You guys can get a better grip on what we're doing. But this here is actually the part. Okay, now what I'm going to do is sort of show you guys the fixture idea that we came up with and look for some suggestions and great ideas from the guru. Before every run, I always take it apart, sand this here real good, sand this here real good, get the bottom side sanded, and get the top of this sanded and all this sanded. Then the way this works is the air comes in here and pushes our little pin up. So all we have is a hole that comes through here, And we have a little brass plug here. That does come out. And our pin, there you go, Taco, that is here. The problem I've got is I don't have enough room to put a spring return on it. And if you look at the pin real closely, there's not a lot of extra circumference around the big diameter. And then my pin has to come real close to the top to be able to get my height. So really my pin is up close to this area here to be able to get my pin to drop back down and have a little crack for my air. But this is basically the way it works. I know there's probably another way. That's why I am sending this to the gurus to help Taco out. And this goes back in here. This goes back in here. Have to be careful not to cross thread it. I really don't have but about 3 or 4 threads. Play it on a very fine line. That goes up in there. And this goes back in there. And that tightens down. Now, I don't know if you heard or not, but they just paged me to a press. But that should give you an idea of what I've got. Thank you much. Okay, I've got this set up in sort of a setup situation, a mock-up situation. It's not on the machine. It's actually over here on the table. I'm just going to sort of walk you through what we do to produce this part here. This is the part that's now been powder coated. This is the finished product. It has 2 pins here. It goes in the door of an entertainment center to function the door in some type of method. The way we do the part is we take the nut, the little well nut, stick it in our bottom electrode, put our part in here, up against this jig, and hold it up against this bolt here. We hit the foot pedal, the electrode comes down, welds the part, comes back up. At that time, the operator takes the part, which then has 1 well nut on it, puts another well nut in the bottom electrode, puts this pin over in this hole, takes their hand, pushes this back against this stop here to get our location, hits the foot pedal, the electrode comes down, welds the part, and comes back up. This is the one that you were talking about. You were wanting to do it without the foot pedal. Since the machine we're going to get not have a foot pedal, this is the situation that we're in. This is the part. I hope this sort of explains what happens to get this part, because these dimensions are critical and the dimensions from the front to the back are critical. So we have test jigs that we put it in to make sure that it does pass and all the locations and the pins are in the correct position.